interceptions on his career. That leaves 142 more to go, Chris.
Couple today. We've seen that Narcisse walk on a couple of occasions. Sean Daniels with a short carry. Well, over the 194 games in the Canadian Football League, he's been on the end of passes from a lot of different people.
You know, that I must feel pretty old, because I remember playing with this guy, with Burgess. I tell you, he was here, Benjamin was here, Lucius Floyd. I think I know them all.
Now we get Lucius Floyd in there, I guess.
Halfback option pass.
2nd and 7 for Saskatchewan. Paul Narcisse's number in this situation a lot. Pressure on Slack, who dumps it off. Saunders puts his head down, and Wiltshire wasn't budging. Kelly Wiltshire didn't move an inch when Saunders tried to go through him.
Well, he just stood his ground, and then he did a little flex off, little pose off after that hit.
Well, let's listen to this collision.
You gotta love that emotion out there. This is a game of emotion, of strength, and you can see he won that battle, but the game is a long time from over.
McCallum punting it away, and from his 21, here's Smith. Rashevich was clipped and unable to make the tackle, but the penalty marker comes down as Smith is down. And while they sort out the flag, here's Mark.
Hey, Chris, just a quick break to let you know we've got our Thanksgiving Day Monday doubleheader coming up next week, beginning with the Argos at the Alouettes at 1 Eastern from Montreal, and right after that from Winnipeg, Manitoba, it's the Eskimos and the Blue Bombers. Game 2 of our Thanksgiving Day doubleheader next Monday. CFL on CBC.
And the Blue Bombers still in it. This is for the first time this year. We're on with the first game of the weekend, Chris. Lions, Calgary, Edmonton at Montreal, Winnipeg at Hamilton tomorrow. And Rashevich was blocked from behind, and it pushes the Argonauts back to their own 15-yard line. Owen Bell stands in the pocket, and Nigel Williams comes back to the football for a catch in front of Todd McMillan.
Well, they haven't gone to Nigel Williams too much today, and as you say, nice job of running the route. And one of the things that I like about Nigel Williams, you can see the delivery of the ball, but as reception is caught, Nigel Williams is working his way back to the quarterback. You can't stress that enough, keeping the defender away from the ball. Only he can catch the football. Nice job, an equally nice job on McMillan, taking him down after the catch, putting him in 2nd and short.
9-yard gain. It is 2nd and 1. Williams with a couple of touchdowns last week in the game against Edmonton. So Smith, the lone back behind Bell, takes the handoff and hurdles for a first down up to the 29. McMillan again on the tackle. Talked about Tony Smith running the gauntlet in practice this week, trying to get him acclimatized to the physical contact again after missing so much action. Broken collarbone in the preseason.
And you're right, and the biggest thing is, you know, you cannot expect a guy to come in first game after never playing for such a long period of time and instantly become productive. He needs to feel it in the game. Sure, he ran the gauntlet drill and the guys were hitting him and taunting him and pulling at the football, but nothing like game action to put you back in.
Here's Bell looking deep, looking for Williams, who was jostled there in a nice battle with Eric Sutton, and the ball falls incomplete. Ernie Brown forcing the pressure on Bell, and John Jenkins back to the drawing board.
And what he's doing there is he's charting every play they run, and he marks it either a successful play or a not successful play, and when they break down the film, they evaluate it on that basis. Why wasn't it successful, or why was it successful? Just a little measuring chart for him to do.
There goes number 2 in the league in yards produced, right behind Calgary. The top-rated passing team in the Canadian Football League has not been operating on all cylinders so far today. Bell flushed again. Williams came back for the football and gets the first down. Great second effort effort by Nigel Williams to get to the 45.
Get to the 45 and a first down, and you are right. That is all Nigel Williams. He makes a catch, and I tell you what, he just turns it up right now and runs through them. He gets his head down. Watch this. He comes back to the football, wants the ball, is waving. Kerwin, throw me the ball. Gets it, Tyrell. Fights off the tackle of Ulmer and then runs. Look, it just runs through people. The legs are just pumping. He wants to give them the lift. He might be the spark that Toronto's looking for right now.
Leads the league in average yards per catch with 19.4 on the season. Here's Bell again with time. Dimitrition, the catch, and close to another Argo first down at midfield. Give Dimitrition 9.
Well, you know, Dimitrition hasn't had the ball thrown his way a lot today. Been hobbled the whole year by a bad ankle. Nice job of catching the football, though, but he's not the primary receiver. He's looking down. You can see him break back off over there. Nice catch, equally nice tackle. And they are not. One of the big keys we brought up earlier in the game is that the Toronto or Saskatchewan defenders are limiting the game after the catch.
Chris, we've seen a few of these today. 2nd and 1 for the Argos. They've handed the ball off to Smith. They'll go up top. Nope, stay on the ground. And again, that hurdling style of Smith into the Saskatchewan territory at the 50.
Now, we talked about him. When I was talking about Tony Smith earlier, I said he wants to get a feel for the game. He wants to get hit. He wants to get knocked around. All of a sudden, you can see him. Watch him get the ball right here. Here he gets the ball. Now he jumps. Now he's done this 2 short yardage plays in a row. He's starting to get confident right now. He feels if he can hurdle that first line, a la Herschel Walker, he's going to the end zone.
There's Colin Scribner now in on the defensive line for Saskatchewan. Argos driving under 8 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. And Bell stands and fires and had a wide open Daryl Mitchell for the first time today and could not find the CFL's leading receiver.
But that was his favorite route, the crossing route. He comes right across, little overthrown. Let's watch Kerwin Bell here. He gets the ball. He's looking like this. He sees him coming across the middle now. He breaks it. There he is across the middle. Now, I tell you what, I think Daryl Mitchell, as good a receiver as he is, could have caught that football. Does the presence of Mario Smith make him think, look out?
2nd and 10. Let's see if they go back to Mitchell. They look for Clemens, and he's got it. Mario Smith is there with the tackle, but Pinball has the ball at the Saskatchewan 15.
Well, when you got all the weapons that Toronto has, if one ain't working and the other one isn't, I tell you what, 90% of the time, this machine, known as Pinball Clemens, is working. Just a nice job of taking it up, turning it back out to the corner. Benson, the unenviable task of coverage, one-on-one coverage with him, beats him. Nice job of recognizing that by Kerwin Bell and getting the ball to Pinball.
34 yards. Pinball now with 8 catches, 90 yards. For the 3rd time, the Argos in the red zone looking for their first major score. Here comes the blitz from Saskatchewan. Bell, and unable to hit Clemens out of the backfield.
And one thing that I picked up today that I haven't seen in a number of games earlier is it looks like Kerwin Bell is throwing a little off right now. Now, how much is that arm bothering him? He would never tell you. But you can see Pinball coming across right now, and it's just not on the money. And we've seen Kerwin Bell shoot the lights out. And we also know that he's got a pretty bruised throwing arm.
So now, for the 5th time in the drive, the Argos are faced with a 2nd down. They've converted the last 4. From the 15, 2nd and 10. Bell. Completion, and it's Mazzotti, and he's stopped up by McMillan. Short of the first down, inside the 10.
Got like that. Life is good. Mazzotti is better. I heard he bought a block of tickets for his family, and they're sitting there right now. Took him a while to paint that sign in the garage, but just a great catch. Nice job. And you know, he is so elusive, but he takes it to the outside. You kind of wonder if he wouldn't take it right up to the end zone. As they say, the shorter route between 2 points is straight ahead, not east-west. some good pressure, and Kerwin Bell, who's becoming accustomed to being on the ground, but does such a great job of delivering the ball.
The Argos have had some success so far in the second half with that short passing game, but unable to put a major on the board. So Picos comes in to try a 15-yarder and puts it through. So the Argos are chipping away now. 5:42 to play, third quarter, and Saskatchewan's lead is now 9.
Darryl Mitchell still with just 2 catches for 20 yards in this football game, but his big cheering section keeping count here in Banner Alley. There's the Mookie meter. 6 catches to go for Mookie to break Alan Pitt's record of 126. There are a total of 7 banners down here. Almost as many banners as fans in this section of the ballpark.
Right now, though, it's Saskatchewan with the football. Reggie Slack looked to turn it upfield, and now delivers the football to Farthing at the 41. It's a gain of 6.
Well, he's doing everything he has to do to get this team a victory right now. And Reggie Slack is running, scrambling, doing what he has to do. His offensive line is doing a nice job of pulling out there on the bootleg protection, giving him protection, time to go, not just first receiver, but to his outlet. And again, another nice catch. You got to like the production he's getting out of Dan Farthing today.
He has not really been able to hook up with Mayfield or Thompson today. And Mayfield with 2 catches for only 3 yards last week against Calgary. 2nd and 4. Here's Farthing again. First down, and a lot of room in that center area of the Argo defense. Lester Smith and Fahir Brown make the tackle.
And you're going to, you know what, take what you're going to get. If you're a team and you're saying, I can't get the ball to Mayfield, I can't get the ball to Narcisse, but I think I can get it to Farthing, and they're doing it correctly. That's what you want to do. If it's open, keep going to it, make Toronto's defense adjust, and make the adjustments accordingly, and then maybe they'll be able to throw the ball out to the big guys on the outside.
Farthing in his 8th year had one 100-yard game this year against BC, but has a chance to have his best game of the season. Here's that pump fake by Slack, and looking deep for Thompson, and just overthrown. A stride away from springing Thompson free. And Demetrius Maxey putting the heat on Slack.
And you were right on the money on that. That pump fake froze Donald Smith. He got behind him, and had the ball been on the money, it was definitely a catch and possibly a touchdown. Just a nice job. You can see him. He's got 2 steps on Donald Smith. Nice throw, and one of the things he's always been known is he's got a tight spiral. He throws a nice job here. A fingertip away.
Second and 10, Saskatchewan. From the Argo 53. Aaron Joseph now in the backfield. Takes the handoff. It's down to the 47. Michael O'Shea, the middle linebacker there. O'Shea, 3 weeks ago, told us that he felt the Argos were capable of running the table, going 8-0. They're 3-0 so far, but in tough this afternoon.
And Saskatchewan, as all Saskatchewan teams have played over the years, a great running team, and they do a nice job of getting out there. Big John Terry, the left tackle, coming around, making a nice block, picking up 7 yards, but unfortunately short of the first down.
McCallum. And Smith lets it bounce in the end zone, and he'll put a knee down, and they get the single point, and it's a 10-point Saskatchewan lead at 18-8 after the 57-yard punt by Paul McCallum. Back at Skydome, Chris Cuthbert, Chris Walby, where the Saskatchewan Roughrider lead is 10 with 3:14 to go in the third quarter.
Well, I tell you what, the score is not indicative of the offensive line play. I tell you what, here's Big Willie Williams, and he's protected the blind side of Kerwin Bell, and he's done an excellent job today of pass protection. Last time these two teams met, this offensive line gave up 6 sacks. Let's take a look at Willie Williams. You can see just passing off a nice stunt, hands inside, just a really good job of protection. Here he's working again against Patterson, who had 3 sacks last time. That's the way to do it, big man.
And Sending it towards Bell. Time. There's Mazzotti over the middle again. And this time he turns it up for a first down across the 45-yard line.
And you know, they were talking, Chris, earlier. We talked to Matthews, and he said, you know what? Mazzotti's just not getting the catches because somebody else is getting the touches, as he calls it. But I tell you what, maybe if they can't get the ball to Daryl Mitchell today, maybe Mazzotti is the go-to guy, much as the case of the Saskatchewan Roughriders not being able to go to Narcisse Thompson and Mayfield as much and having to rely on Dan Farthing.
He has not caught more than 4 in a game this year. He has 4 for 46 so far this afternoon. First down and Bell. There's Andrew English, who had a big first half catch. And there's more yak yards for English.
I love that term, yak, I tell you what. But you're right. I like this kid. You know what? He's getting stronger every time he catches the football. And what he does, he's a short receiver, does a nice job of coming in. All starts with protection. You can see Willie Williams, another great job of pass pro on Patterson. But I like what Andrew English does when he catches the football. Turns it up. He's shifty. Makes people miss him.
These two teams have given up the most sacks this year, Saskatchewan, and the Argos last in that category, but the protection improving. Bell took a shot there, but delivers the football, and there's Daryl Mitchell with a first down catch close to the 30-yard line. Shannon Garrett blitzing on the play, but Mitchell has his third catch.
Well, you know, it's nice to gamble as a defense, but sometimes you're going to get caught. He gets one-on-one coverage right here. Mitchell on the outside, turns, finds a soft spot. Nice catch. Smith and McMillan have to knock him out of bounds, but not before the first down.
And that ties an Argo record, as Mitchell now at 122, and Pinball Clements made sure the officials threw that ball out so Mitchell could keep it, as he ties the Pinball Clements team record. There'll be more marks before this day is over. First and 10 from